But yeah, it's been a while since we had the opportunity to come back here to the Custarium to help out Shinji, because tonight is the start of a new series of 8-player raids. These were introduced a couple of weeks ago, but I, of course, take the usual wait until people get the hang of it and before you start doing it yourself. And hopefully that is the case, and I should be able to get some good results here. But of course, since this will be my first time, it'll be interesting to see just how well we hold our own. But that'll all be found out tonight. So, hey there, Zero, Miguel, and to everyone else that's just logging on, we're glad to have you with us here tonight. So, greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here at Raw Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers Live. So, here in the Custarium is where we will begin on our 8-player raid exploration known as Eden. And in order to unlock it, we need to run down here. But before we do that, might as well go ahead and activate the company actions. I'm going to need to make sure that someone activates these actions for me while I'm on vacation in a few weeks. Oh, Fiend's at level 55 on his machinist. Well done. Alright, so yeah, we want to speak to this anxious Custarium guard who's going to send us on our way. So let's go ahead and take on the Level 80 challenge entitled In the Middle of Nowhere. One of the Custarium guards is particularly relieved to have found you. I wonder why that is. Oh, Shinji, have you seen Rhine? She's been looking for you. Or Reen. Yeah, I need to remember that's Reen, not Rhine. Yeah, I'm so used to Xenoblade Chronicles. Wait here, I'll go and get her. Wait, I'm so used to the Xenoblade Chronicles pronunciation. Plus, there was a baseball player back in the 80s who had their first name spelled just like Reen's is, and their name was pronounced Ryan. Which is probably another reason why I don't pronounce Reen the way that I'm supposed to. There you are! The truth is, I need your help. And what would that be required for? Now hold on, I haven't even told you what it is yet. Yeah, do tell. Elaborate. After you defeated Emmett Silk, I sensed a strange concentration of light somewhere far to the south. In the empty, the lands that were once swallowed by the flood. In the empty? Yeah, this is news to me. I can't tell what it is, but we have to find out. For all we know, it might even be another Light Warden. But whatever it may be, I don't intend to stand by and watch. Are you having reservations on this? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thancred, Oriange, and I have a few theories that we plan to test once we find whatever's causing this. The three of us were reluctant to ask for your help considering everything that you've been through. The thing is, you're the only person who can defeat a Light Warder without becoming one yourself, so we have no choice. While we don't want to jump to conclusions, it would be a good idea to have you there just in case. So, will you come with us? It's what we do best. I wouldn't have it up any other way, or perhaps we should let sleeping dogs lie. No. We came here to be a man and toughen up, so that's what we're doing. We had our grace period, it's time to actually get into battle. Thank you, Shinji, this means a lot. First of all, let's head to the Derrick in Amarang. Thancred and Oriange should have everything ready by now. Alright. Then I guess we'll see what we're getting ourselves into. Hey there, Mira and Isabel, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Alright, so daytime has now arrived here in the Custarium, but it's time for us to head off to Amarang. Now, where exactly? I'm gonna guess that because it's the south area, that it's probably gonna be closest to the inn, but I guess we'll know once we arrive. I'm sure everyone has already gotten their Eden clears. So yeah, I was right. Let's try and find our way out. Yeah, plus of course now that we can fly, we can also ignore the wall or the barrier that used to be there. Hey there, Irene. What's going on? I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. Nah, I just flew. I doubt they posed any sort of challenge to him. With that, I could say the same with confidence about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there. Even if the light that Green sensed turns out to be nothing of consequence, the empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. Moreover, it should be reiterated that the light-blasted wasteland poseth as a severe threat as any foe we might face. In any event, we are in agreement that this phenomenon doth warrant investigation. Though for lack of more precise means of navigation, we must needs rely on Reen's innate abilities to guide us. I have formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. Yeah, I'll take your bar on that offer, Mira, absolutely. There'll be plenty of time for us to talk about it on the way. And I'm guessing that's the mode of transportation we'll be using? Is the Sky Slipper ready, Figment? Sky Slipper? Yeah, welcome to Cinderella. Ready to take us wherever we need to go, aye. Back again too, maybe, if we ask nicely. So it's basically a hovercraft. Though the light hath been expunged from Norvrant, the ambient ether of the empty is still corrupted. Dangerously so, in fact. The flood of light devastated everything in its wake. The soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. 'Tis due to this imbalance that the empty remaineth utterly uninhabitable, even a century thereafter, and even after our intervention. That's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between the authorities I've packed and Reen's unique abilities, we should be able to detect and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. According to the Crystarium scouts, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree, but much longer than that and we risk becoming Sin Eaters. Even though we've destroyed the everlasting light and gotten everything that was associated gone. Still, since we don't know how Chocobos and Amaro will fare in the empty, we opted for a more mechanical mode of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researchers at the Mean who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to working order. Alright then. It's quite safe, I promise. The person in charge said he'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. He seems quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told him we're not hunting for treasure. I'll introduce you if we have a chance to stop by Mold Souk at some point. Alright then. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Well, I guess I'm ready to go right now. So onward! Yeah, depart for the empty. Oh, so you can get the hovercraft. Yeah, I had a feeling you probably could. And so away we go. So through the night, going across the sands of Amarang, getting ourselves towards where the empty is, although we probably already are in it. With a name like the Empty, I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery, but this is downright depressing. Yeah, it kinda makes me think of the Desert of Death from Breath of Fire 3. To look on the land swallowed by the flood with mine own eyes, 'tis a chilling sight indeed. Approximately 9/10 of this world are as this, a slate all but wiped clean. But enough of the Warriors of Darkness and Ophelia. Reen, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Yes, I'm certain. There's no telling how far away it is, though. Nothing for it but to keep going then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we've got to go a few moments ahead of us. I guess. And if this thing breaks down and we have to defend ourselves, then what happens? Oh, I have to say, it's a touch larger than I was expecting. And is it sleeping? What? Okay, so the next day, we arrive at wherever we are. Alright. Yeah, we've arrived in the empty. And yeah, that does look like a possible Sin Eater?
No, it's waking up.
Yeah, is this where combat is required now? I don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden? We're getting a no.
No, I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light.
Meaning the first Sin Eater. Oh, really? Yeah, the origin story apparently. Long have I strived to unravel the mysteries surrounding the flood of light, to discover what set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point. All single being. Possibly. I have reason to believe that the entity we see before us is the first Sin Eater, the instigator of the flood, the very foe Minfilia vanquished a century ago. So can we put it out of its misery right now? She gave everything she had and won. But this abomination could undo her work. Aye, the possibility cannot be denied, though it is oft said that destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin. Reen, knowest thou of what I speak?
The power to shape reality, to bend the laws of nature, for what was once shattered may be forged anew.
That's all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first? Oh, we actually call this thing Eden? I was thinking Eden was the thing behind it. Yeah, because you see the dome behind it? I was thinking that was Eden. Utopia in Fae, a most auspicious title. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Especially in the Bible. Now that that's settled, perhaps we should find a spot to set up camp. I even brought a couple of tents on the off chance, but pitching the damn things is something of a fine art. Does anyone fancy helping me? I'd have expected you to be more immersed in surviving out in the wilderness, considering you had to for a while in Heavensward before we found you. Alright, so complete the challenge by speaking with Reen.
I never realized that putting up tents was such a bother. Still, I'm glad that we got there in the end. Thancred should be back from scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move.
Alright. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Gol Gol in Mordsuk or Yal Yal in Yulmore. Alright. So yeah, I'm guessing we could do this now if we wanted. Okay, and there's the warp back to getting out. Oh, okay, so we're just confined to this area in around here. Now, I'm just gonna take a quick glance. Just take a quick glance around the area. I wonder, do these artifacts appear after you complete the first Eden challenge, or do they start appearing, right now? Like, can I find an artifact right now and say, hey, I want to use this and give it to you? Okay, so we literally cannot go that way, and we can only drop down here, so. So, I'll probably have to have some of this stuff spawn randomly as we go along. So why don't we go ahead and speak with Reen to take on our next challenge, which I guess will be the first level of Eden, entitled Deploy the Core. Reen waits anxiously for Thancred to return from surveying the vicinity.
I wonder what's taking Thancred so long.
Hey there, LJ. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Okay, so it's just like being in any dungeon in a raid like this.
Oh, there he is.
Welcome back. What have we got? Well, that was rather uneventful. Not that I'm complaining.
Did you find anything?
No, thankfully. There's no barbarian planes in every direction apart from Eden, obviously. I tried approaching it and the brute didn't even seem to notice me. I thought it best not to tempt fate, so I withdrew.
We should act now before it's fully awake.
Meaning what exactly? What's on your mind?
When I think about the flood of light, I get the feeling that rather than destroying everything in its path, what it actually did was stop the flow of ether. Of course, that meant all of the plants, animals, and people here could no longer survive. They must have come to dust in the years since. But the ether is still here, lying dormant. If Eden is the one that caused it, maybe it can get it flowing again.
Do we really want to go down that road?
I don't know for certain, but I think I can use Eden to bring life back to the empty.
Can't we just wait for nature to take its course? Now hold on a moment. What makes you think that that's even possible? And how do you expect to control that kind of power? Reen's aspirations may not be as preposterous as thou dost surmise. I believe Minfilia halted the flood of light's advance not by destroying Eden, but by silencing it. And in so doing, she hath gifted us an opportunity too precious to waste. Even now, the flame of hope burns on. That it does. And so, I, as Minfilia's successor, it standeth to reason that Reen doth possess the means to exert her will over Eden. But such a monumental task is not to be taken lightly. What sayest thou, Shinji? I say we get in there. I imagine this is easier said than done. It would put Reen's life at risk. No, well, it would, but we're here to fight. We didn't come to chicken out.
Yes, you're probably right, but I have to try.
Very well, Reen. You've made up your mind. So, how should we go about this?
I have an idea. I've been studying it carefully ever since we arrived, and it seems to me that the light is more concentrated at a certain point. I suppose you could call it the core. That giant talus had a core too. Like a beating heart, it controlled the flow of ether. If Eden's core is the same, perhaps we could use it to restore the etheric balance?
Also something that just dawned on to me. Why is Oriange wearing one gold gauntlet and one black gauntlet? Yeah, dude, dress a little better. Or at least coordinate a little better. By employing Aethernet shards as beacons, mayhap we could trace the ethereal flow to Eden's core, and in so doing secure the means to teleport to the very heart of the beast. Thankfully, the Settlement Council has kindly furnished us with a plethora of apparatus by which to perform such feats. However, we must needs first have Reen study the entity's interior and chart us a suitable course. Once we have reached our destination, I shall fabricate a means by which you may directly communicate with Eden and mayhap exert a measure of control over it.
You can really do that, Ryoshe?
All credit is due to a dear friend, a gentle soul long since departed who imparted to me a wealth of knowledge concerning ethereology. Although I'm certain she'll be all too quick to chastise my methodology. Ah yes, Moonbreeder. Excuse me for interrupting this trip down memory lane, but I don't imagine that Eden will be too happy about us swimming around in its innards, for want of a better term. In all seriousness, though, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of welcoming party arranged for intruders. Maybe perhaps you'd best lead the way, Shinji. Very well then.
It's true that he's the only one who can defeat a Light Warden, but I'd rather not rely on him any more than we have to.
Yes, I haven't forgotten what happened when he absorbed too much light. But as Alice said, make promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. Now, I wish I could put down wards myself, but the simple fact is I can't, and there's no point in pretending I can. That's why I'm asking Shinji.
Then perhaps I could...
Could what? You already have a job to do, remember? The only reason this plan even has a chance of success is because of your involvement. We need you to concentrate on the task at hand, and guide us to the core. Not only that, you'll have to keep an eye on Eden itself. If we somehow manage to make it angry, get us out of there. Yeah, I imagine she'll have a deeper role later on.
Are you sure you want to go through this?
Yeah, of course. This is what I do best, or for lack of any better plans, this one will have to do. Yeah. As Warrior of Light / Darkness, this is what I do best.
I won't let you down.
Though we will remain here, Rin and I shall do our utmost to guide thee along the ethereal stream. After thou hast reached the exterior, we shall remain in contact via these link pearls, courtesy of our comrades in the Crystarium. Being relics salvaged from the Crystal Tower, I fear they may be somewhat less reliable than those, but hopefully they still work. So we accept our quest. And in so doing, we will go ahead and pan back over to Eden and the dome behind it, and officially unlock the first level, Eden's Gate Resurrection.